Hello, boys and girls. You're now watching Peter's Raw Recap. It's been 2 weeks since I've given you a recap right after Raw. And I was definitely reminded that watching Raw live is definitely a chore. I mean, it was nice those 2 weeks, even though I gave you a Raw recap the day after. I say 2 weeks ago. Last week, you didn't get one at all. But it's good to be back. But man, oh man, is that a price? Tonight's Raw from Charleston felt like it. It just felt like forever. It really did. And it's like to be spoiled and to have the uploads and to watch 2 hours worth of programming without commercials, and then going back and watching 3 hours of content with commercial. It's like 3+ hours. It's like And tonight's show wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. I mean, I think the inevitable outcome of what's going to happen with this U.S. World Heavyweight Championship is just like, please, I mean, just do us a favor. And if you listen to earlier to the New Day podcast, just come on, man, just do something. Just don't make this so obvious. Please, God, don't make this so obvious. I mean, we got our Final Four, and I'm just saying, we got what we're all really pretty much expecting, and it's just how does it go about? Because something has to happen. Something has to happen. Well, anyway, Raw's from Charleston. I'm going to try to get through this quickly because my battery's about to down this fucking thing. But Raw's from Charleston, and right before they kick off anything, they have a moment of silence for the Paris attacks and things of that nature. Yeah, that shit's fucked up. And there's a lot of the ISIS and a lot of other, people, there's places all over the world are getting fucked up, on a regular basis. Regardless of what attention goes to whatever, man, it doesn't matter. It really does. It's just know that a lot of people are getting killed for no reasons, for pointless reasons. So if you want to mourn, if you want to get upset that no one's mourning for the cause that you want to mourn, and you want to throw race into this, and I ain't being no coon. I understand being a coon. You get motherfuckers trying to defend this and that. I'm not trying to defend nothing. I'm just saying people need to fucking just check themselves. Check yourself. All right? Tragedy happens all the time, and whether whoever and why ever and whoever the fuck ever knows about it will mourn. More people should know about other nations that go through different things. Non-white nations as well, yes. But nevertheless, tragedy is tragedy. And just spread the word. If you know of other places that go through certain tragedies and terrorist attacks, just spread the word. Don't get mad because something else is getting covered. All right. Off that soapbox. All right. So we get the Brothers of Destruction starting off Raw. And they both basically Undertaker. Well, both of them basically cut a promo, basically just saying like, "Yo, Wyatt's what's really good? Fuck you, you about to go down, eat a dick." The only thing that sucked about that is there's this one dude and he's booing. He's like, "Boo!" Man, if I was in that arena sitting beside him, I would have smacked him across his motherfucking head. Shut the fuck up, man. Stop being a goddamn mark. You dumbass. Show some respect. Be happy the fucking Undertaker's at least a couple of feet away from you. And you got the fucking audacity to boo. And you know what? It doesn't even stop there. The Wyatts come out and you got motherfucking them doing what chants. So right here, right now, just to box in like what this Charleston crowd is. Y'all guys are a bunch of assholes so far. Right? Way to kick off a fucking Monday Night Raw and you get a special treat in the Brothers of Destruction reunion And The Undertaker showing up when he ain't even showed up for the past 2 years for shit. And lo and behold, you got What Chance doing a fucking Wyatt promo and The Undertaker getting booed by some jackass. And no one's stopping him. All right. What happens at the end of this segment is that Bray Wyatt cuts his promo. He talks about how he owns all the power. And the Druids are against him as well. Like, and he turned his fucking Druids on the Brothers of Destruction and whatever little dudes these were, whatever jobbers or fucking NXT guys or dudes that was, you know, your local wrestlers from the area, whatever. They took a beat down, and when they got all cleared the fuck out, the Wyatt family actually start to approach the ring, but Bray stops them. Is like, nah, see ya Sunday, homies. And by the way, this is a go-home show. Just to let you know, this is the go-home show, the Survivor Series. First match we get is Neville versus Owens. Big pop for Owens. The only thing about this match that really stood out was Neville botching his kick flip. I mean, his flips and shit. But, you know, once you think about it, man, these guys are tired. They just got back from fucking overseas. They're probably jet lagged. I don't expect those guys. So if I point out something, I'm just nitpicking. You know, I'm just pointing it out. But I know what it is. They're tired. They're very tired. Another thing that stood out about this fucking match, too, is that, like, meanwhile, Melissa Joan Hart, I don't know if you know her, but she, you know, Clarissa Explains It All and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, whatever. She's a huge wrestling fan. And she made a comment about Kevin Owens being fucking lazy or something, and that since after Cena, feud, he hasn't really been doing that much. And, like, she's kind of right. You know? And she's actually, you know, she's entitled to a fucking opinion, obviously. But, you know, it got out. All the marks, all the fucking smart marks got on her ass, and then, which led to also Kevin Owens blocking her, you know, and making a tweet about it, enough to where it actually made it to the fucking air. Michael Cole and JBL joking about how Kevin Owens just blocked Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's fucking nuts. Good PR move, I guess, if they're going to try to tie her into a fucking segment. Why the fuck not? Well, anyway, there's a spot where there's a reverse hurricanrana. I hate that move. It looks too dangerous. It just looked really fucked up. Well, anyway, the story is that Neville's trying to end it as fast as he can. Multiple attempts to go for a red arrow, but the last attempt led to a pop-up powerbomb, and Owens moves to the Final Four. And afterwards, you see Triple H in the back talking with Kevin Owens about what? We don't know. Tyler Breeze with Summer Breeze versus R-Truth. Yeah, whatever. There's a lip gloss spot where he goes over in the corner, and apparently there's PEDs in the fucking lip gloss, because after Summer put the lip gloss on his lips, he proceeds to whoop up on R-Truth and hits him with the beauty shot, and that is the victory. That's his, I guess that's supposed to be his in-ring debut. I mean, his in-ring debut, he lost in the tournament. He shouldn't have been in the tournament in the first fucking place. And if you're going to put him in the ring for the first time on the main roster, at least give him a fucking victory. Put someone in there. Put Bo Dallas in that motherfucking spot. But I digress. Good start for good old Tyler Breeze here. Ziggler versus Ambrose at a match that I thought would never fucking end. You get two darlings, right? Everyone loves your Dolph Ziggler. Everyone loves your fucking Dean Ambrose. One of my biggest beefs with Dean Ambrose is the fact that he doesn't get any heat on him. Ever. No heat. You can't get no heat. You can't keep him down. You can't keep him down. Like, you try to at least get a little heat on him, 15 seconds, boom, he's going to break out of it and fucking just go. You know? And poor Dolph Ziggler, he can't even He can't even. Both of them are just sucking the fucking heat out of the place, and people are like, "Oh, this is an awesome, great match." This wasn't no fucking great match. You got two guys that just won't fucking let up, and there's no storytelling going on here because there's no feud. It's just guys just trying to overperform, and whatever. I tuned in and out, whatever, blah blah blah. Dean Ambrose wins with the fucking dirty deeds. That's it, and again, it's just something about Dean Ambrose, man. He just cannot, he just doesn't work for me. He doesn't tell any stories in the ring. He's just the lunatic fringe. Let me do all this weird shit. Your baby face, get that baby face heat. Go down at least for like 3, 4, 5 minutes sometime. You know? Let a motherfucker cheer you on. Whatever, he made it to the Final Four. And he cuts a promo, and the only thing that I really got a chuckle out of, he's like, he's going to do it when he's champion, he's going to replace all this stuff, and one of it is he's going to replace Michael Cole with a fish tank. I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, we get the New Day versus the Usos and Ryback. If when life gives you booty, you make booty aid. This match becomes a becomes a no contest after Ryback shoves the referee. Ain't much to this. I mean, the New Day had the advantage the whole time, and then Ryback is just trying to get in. He keeps trying to get in, but like he can't get in. He's frustrated, and he shoves the ref. That's how that match ends. I got nothing much to say about this. The Usos are boring. The New Day are grabbing for straws to still remain relevant. They're great, they're funny, but you're not in a good place right now. Who the fuck are they facing at Survivor Series? There's nobody up for the belt at Survivor Series. There's no contenders for the belt at Survivor Series. You get Triple H in the back. You know, he's making his rounds, trying to talk to different guys. He walks up to Cesaro, basically, you know, go all out, be that guy. Cesaro's not really trying to hear it, but he's, about to come out for his match against Roman Reigns. I roll Roman Reigns. And Reigns cuts a promo at first, and I'm just like, ugh, shut up, dude. Well, anyway, he cuts a promo about how he doesn't sell out. Great. Woo, yay, Roman Reigns don't sell out. Dude, Cesaro gets in there, and he basically has to dumb himself down. And this was depressing for me to watch. It really was. You get Roman Reigns all blowed up after fucking 4 minutes of wrestling. And again, he just got back from overseas. But everyone else fucking got back from overseas. Cesaro just got back from fucking overseas. And he's in the ring having to dumb his shit down so Roman Reigns can fucking keep up. But, oh, guess what? LOL. Roman Reigns wins. You get fucking Cesaro. You get Cesaro dropping the Cesaro swing into a fucking sharpshooter, into a fucking crossface. The average person would have been done by the fucking sharpshooter. But no, how about a crossface? How about we just render this guy motherfucking irrelevant to be in any way whatsoever a contender for any kind of World Heavyweight Championship? Please. You can send whatever, dude. He could have walked in with fucking Scud missiles and fucking Reigns would have just no-sold that shit and LOL'd his ass. And then, like, what happens? Fuck, man. And then at the end, like, they shake hands. Man, eat a dick. Shake that motherfucker's hand. He's in the spot you want to be at, Cesaro. You just rendered you to shit right then. That's not a good look. Ascensions versus the Dudleys. Whatever. You get Young in the back with Zev Coulter and Alberto Del Rio. And they're just talking about how they're going to win the damn championship and how Mex America is so great. Triple H walks up, gives the same offer he's given to Cesaro. Talking to Owens, and then even what he gave to Roman Reigns the week prior. He's like, yo, you could be the guy. Right? So we get to the final match, which is Kalisto versus ADR, and it is not a good night for ADR. It is not a good night for ADR. That motherfucker actually rips off Kalisto's mask by mistake. Not a good night for ADR. Maybe he needed to take a night off or something. But this poor Kalisto had to be in there, and I'm rooting for Kalisto. I thought possibly maybe that could be somewhat of an upset, and this would be like a really good push for him. But they had other plans. I mean, especially with Jack Swagger like sort of looming in the background. I thought he would come in and distract and probably get the dark horse Kalisto the rub. I mean, just to shake it up just a little bit. But nope, ADR wins. So with the Border Buster, which I like to call the Border Buster, that fucking Trio of Woe stomp, the Border Buster, okay? So we get so the final four is Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, the Intercontinental Champ, which is Kevin Owens, and the U.S. Champion, which is Alberto Del Rio. It'd have been nice to shake it up somehow, I mean, champions can be chumps. At least the U.S. and the inter. That's okay. You know what? I'll leave it at that. The U.S. champion and the Intercontinental Champion actually, this is the second time they've been in the Final Four. I think the last time they did that Battle Royal, it was Del Rio and Owens as the last guys. So I guess they're trying to take those belts serious and give the people who are holding them wins and positions to win the heavyweight championship. We find out that the actual Final Four will be on this week's SmackDown. I thought they were actually going to have the semifinals on SmackDown and then just have the final at Survivor Series, but it looks like they're just going to do the semifinal and the final. I just hope that who's ever in these matches wrestle with a sense of urgency. That's something that's missing from a couple of these last matches where there's two matches in one night. A sense of urgency. That's all. But yeah, they're gonna have basically them just talk on Miz TV. The final, I guess, the main event, Divas Revolution. Yay! They get a main event. They get a contract signing. Okay, whatever. It just them going back and forth. Charlotte starts crying. She talks about her brother, Reed, who's dead, and about how Paige was someone she admired and wanted to be like. She's crying. Paige trying to be the ultimate heel here. But she does, they go back and forth. And I'm just like, could the show end already? And then the greatest thing happened. Paige made a comment like, well, your little brother didn't have much fight in him, did he? And it was like, yay, the show can end. And Charlotte Flair gets all pissed off. And it's a little diva brawl. And it's so adorable. It's so cute. Big waste of time. I mean, not to shit on it. This wasn't a great show. And I think it had a lot to do with the way it even started. It took a lot out of me. The Greenville. Did I say Charlotte? Greenville. They're in Greenville, South Carolina. They're a bunch of jerks at the beginning. It took the wind out of a lot of it for me. These guys are wrestling tired. And plus, there's nothing shaken up. We get the final four, the obvious four. And we get kind of like a really sappy Divas main event contract signing. I don't know. I guess if you like wrestling, I mean, I don't know. There's nothing really great about this show, honestly. This is a C-. This is a C- fucking show. The Dudleys at Ascension. What? Why? The Usos versus and Ryback versus the New Day. What? Why? What? R-Truth versus Tyler Breeze. What the fuck? What the fuck is that, man? You could have done something interesting with this tournament. Again, I I still think Kalisto should have went over on ADR. Got a lot of Triple H and those jerks at the beginning, fucking with the Wyatt Undertaker segment. So that's how this shit ends, man. I mean, I wish I had more of a. It's funny. The last two are really good, and I was pretty excited about it. But then I come to this one, I'm back doing them. I'm back to doing it. Like right after Raw, and it's like crappy. Now, I ain't being a bitch. I ain't being nitpicky, but I'm just saying this wasn't a good show. It really wasn't. They had an opportunity to do something fresh, do something cool, and they passed it up. They thought they did something fresh and something cool, maybe, just maybe, the Divas contract signing. Nah, dog. They could have done that shit on the second hour, and I've been just fine with that. Well, that's Peter's Raw recap. Hit the subscription button below. If you're just checking this out, make sure you go back and check out the podcast I did earlier, the New Day podcast, me and Nathan Newman of Eyes on the Ring. We talk about a whole bunch of things, man. It was a fun podcast. We talked about Nick Bockwinkel. We got to talk about, we gave our best and worst of the week. We got to talk about Billy Gunn getting fired. A couple of other things, man. Worth checking out if you got the time. So, hit the subscription button. Follow me, PJTWCentral.com, PJTW Central on Twitter. I'm tired. And if you subscribe, you get the New Day podcast. You get Peter's Raw recap. Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling. And you get Peter Talks SmackDown. So, yeah, subscribe, and that'd be awesome. And if you have Stitcher or SoundCloud or iTunes or Podbean, and you even have a Tumblr, the podcasts are also in audio format to consume that as well. Again, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, iTunes, and now Podbean. And if you have a Tumblr. So yes. Just look up Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling. That's WRASSLIN'. And you get all the PJTW content. And I want to thank you so much for checking this shit out. I am going to go to bed. I think I'm all worked out. And plus, just to let you know, I'm 1 week into not having a cigarette. And it feels awesome. Watch out for those foreign objects. Peace.